Hello, hello. Welcome to the show, everyone. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Delian Tomb, the adventure that we just wrapped up on the channel. 9 weeks. I think an episode every week. I'm pretty sure. Which I'm kind of proud of, releasing every week. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Sort of the the Spark Notes version of this whole stream is it's fun. You should get it. There's a link in the description. Again, not a promotion or anything. Just this was fun. I had a lot of fun with it, and get it, and run it for your friends. That's everything. You can probably just sign off right now. That's it, right? The stream would be what, 2 minutes long, and that's kind of all you're gonna, you'll get from the stream, right? But I do want to go over where, like how I ran it, how I changed things, and to fit into just like a 9 or 10 episodes. I had no idea. I thought it was gonna be like 6 episodes, and it exploded into much more than that. I think twice as many sessions. Then I think it was like 12 sessions because of various mishaps that happened in the very early portion of the game. But yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get going. So this is the Delian Tomb. This is the Start Here adventure for Draw Steel, and it is really cool. Look at this cover art. Oh my god. You have this handsome devil with taking on this other handsome devil, and you have a woad elf over here, swashbuckler. I think it's a troubadour, just taking on all these goblins. That is the first. That's in the first part. This happened in my adventure. This not exact thing, but this thing happened. This is the portal here. I should also warn you, there are going to be spoilers for this adventure. If you want to like run this adventure, grab it now, and I'll give you some pointers throughout this stream. But if you're going to play in it, maybe just heckle your director to run it. Buy it for your director. How about that? But yeah, this is a real thing that happens in the game. It's so cool. It is so cool. God. This is Queen Bargnoth, obviously the villain of the campaign, and that's kind of what it is. It's a campaign. It's they call it an adventure, but by God, it is packed with so much stuff that I didn't even I had to sort of strip it down to what is the fastest route to the end of the adventure, and I'll go over some of that stuff on stream today. But let's go through it. The amazing credits. Look at all these people. Who made this. Poured their blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. So this is the table of contents. So this is basically, it's played in 3 different parts. The first and the third parts are very linear, whereas the middle part, Braunhurst and Environs, it's very open, like certainly open world, certainly like a sandbox adventure where you have a bunch of different things that the players can explore. I didn't do so many of these things. I think there's like Fort Forsaken I didn't do, the Mage Tower I didn't do, and the Wolf Den I didn't do. But I did the second and third level of the tomb, and then the Gilded Hand, all that stuff. But it is basically a race between the heroes and several other factions, namely the Gilded Hand and the Goblins, the Jagged Edges, and they're trying to get to the Cup of Ilias, which is at the 3rd level of the tomb, and it gives everyone who drinks from it like superpowers. Yeah, let's go through it. The introduction. This is again a starter set. So if you've never played Draw Steel before, you can pick this up and play it as you read it, which is so like you think, okay, well, yeah, he's just saying that, or they're just saying that as a marketing thing. No, it's literally true. They have a starter rule set in here. It's all PDFs, but you can literally learn the game as you play it, as you're running it, as the others around the table are playing it. It is designed specifically for that, which I always thought was so cool. Here it is. Yeah, if you want to read now but play later, or if you want to play right now. And it says decide who will be the director. That's imagine going around like going to a table and taking this adventure to the table and saying, "Hey, who wants to be the director?" It's crazy, but you can actually do that with this adventure. Hello, Andrew Strait. Did you skip parts due to time limitations, or players didn't choose those threads? Time limitations, 100%, because I'm positive the players would have just combed through all of that stuff. They were, when I was talking about the werewolves at the end, they were like, "No, werewolves? I want to fight some werewolves." So they would have 100% wanted to do that. But time limitations for how long I had my players for, and then how long I wanted to have this series. How many weeks did I want this to take up in the on the channel? Every video, in a series is sort of diminishing returns to some extent, which I'm not too worried about. They're still doing pretty well, but that's definitely a contributing factor, and I don't want it to overstay its welcome. And then it's also down to personal preference for me. I don't like running really long campaigns. I've done it before, and it's at times very painful. So it's like I need variety. I need to put people in a squid tomb, and I need to have them try and blow up the moon or something like that. I need variety with my adventures that I run. So that's kind of the reason why I cut it down quite a bit. Not that there isn't variety in this adventure. There's so much variety, but it is just one story, So, yep, this talks about how you play the game a lot. They talk about encounter sheets here. This is the first encounter when you find the goblins outside of the tomb. And it has all the strategies. It has everything. It has win condition or failure conditions and success conditions. It has number of heroes, average level. Like, it has all the details. Like, if I'm playing at the table, I'm printing this out and I'm taking notes all the time. Hello, Sciocratic Press. Sciocratic Press. Hello. Andrew Strait, nice. Assuming you'll do the new Fall of Black Bottom when it's when it's out, or no? Maybe. I already did the Fall of Black Bottom last year, and yeah, it'd be a shame if I didn't go back and play through that again. It was a lot of fun, and I want to see how they changed it. Yeah, so probably. But I won't release that until until the adventure's actually out. Yeah. Did you use the encounter sheets at all? If so, how well did they work? I didn't need to really use the encounter sheets when it's on the codex. I used the encounters book right here, which is a separate PDF where, let's just say, the same encounter as this encounter sheet, you can go through and you can say, this is not the same one. No, it is the same one. Yeah. You can go through and it gives you the tactics for everything. It is very easy to use. If I'm going to run at the table, however, to keep track of like stamina and minion pools and all that, this is essential. This encounter sheet is 100% essential. For sure. But no, I just went through. I had the PDF open on my other screen, and I had the codex open on this screen here, and I just ran through the encounter. This is still the encounters book here. So, yeah, and I'll say for this first, I wonder if anyone noticed. I don't think anyone has, but when we were playing, I started the adventure. And we did the first, I forget how many encounters. I think it was the first 3 encounters. Yeah, it was the goblins outside of it was the introduce your hero. It was um the guards outside of the tomb. Then that first encounter with the brazier inside the tomb in that first chamber, and I ran all of that. Then the footage was deleted. I cleaned house because I was running out of footage or space on my hard drive, and so I accidentally deleted that, and I tried to recover the footage. It didn't work, so then we had to re-record all of that. And I wonder if anyone. I tried to edit out the bits where there's a lot of there were a lot of great jokes that the players were saying, like some great runners that happened through the first like couple episodes, just because they were making fun of it because this is the second time we've played this or whatever, and there were some really great jokes that I had to cut because they wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, I had to run those again, and it was mildly frustrating to have to run it again. But I feel like we got it really really well in the second time. Frustrating only because I had to. It was my own fault for deleting the footage, right? But it was really fun both times that I've run it, both times. But nobody's noticed. Nobody's noticed like a discrepancy in the like stamina and recoveries and everything. Absolutely did not notice. Awesome. That's what I like. That's what I like to hear. Awesome. Yeah. So it's called the the Great Reboot in our own little at that table at our table was the reboot. Yeah. So it was like it was an extra 3 sessions on top of the other 9. So it was like, yeah, like I think it wound up being 12 sessions, and we had a 2-week break before the last session, before the final 2 encounters. So it was a while. It was like 3 4 months. Yeah, they're about 3 months of recording, but totally worth it. I had so much fun with it. So much fun with it. And I would run this again. And again, I keep harping on it, but if I ran this again, I would make totally different decisions with how I ran it in the beginning. In the beginning, you're supposed to introduce the innkeeper of whatever the inn is called, the Featherbed Inn, and I'm pretty sure they are supposed to give a bunch of prompts of like, hey, this is what's going on in the town. You can pick your poison of what you should do in the second part, obviously, of the adventure. And I would run it that way. I would run it for a few more weeks. Obviously, this is we're going through the story beats here. A mother's plea: the blacksmith's daughter has been captured by goblins, and you're sent out to the tomb to go rescue her. And into the tomb, obviously, you go into the tomb. You do this tomb entrance, and it's teaching you how to play the game right here throughout the whole thing. Actions and combat, heroic resources, damage. It's teaching you how to play the game step by step. This is an amazing. I'm in another game, and one of the players was like, "This is the best. This should be the gold standard for how you for a starter adventure." And I can't disagree. It's really really good. It's if I didn't know how to play the game, if I hadn't been playing the game for about a year before I started this, this would be incredibly useful, and it's why it's doing so well, because it is really good. Spoilers: this is the first level of the tomb. Parts of this, like I had this map before when we were recording, but the rest of the maps, other than the town square, I didn't have. I just had the basic, like illustrations, the setup for whatever James Intricasso had, and I just used those. But they have way fancier maps now. Yeah, just going over the different traps that you have, the different, we'll talk about now about minions, a whole page just for minions. This is the middle section of the tomb, the second chamber here. That's horrifying. This is when you reunite the blacksmith and her daughter. And it keeps going on. Yeah. So now this is the end of the first part. You rescue the blacksmith's daughter. There you go. Done. Continuing the story, and then you move into part 2. This is where we did. This is where I was like, okay, like so many options here. I didn't know what to do, so I was like, okay, let's just find out what do they need. And they were really good about this. And they were really good about like where you needed to go. I forget where it is. Yeah, right here. Yeah, right there. Boom. This is the whole section of like, okay, this is where I need to go. There are steps to how I need to lay out this second section of the adventure, because the third section is easy. There are 2 main different paths, but it's the kind of the same result. And there was also I knew that the folks at MCDM also played through the adventure, and I wanted to do something that was a little different, maybe take different routes, which so far it's been very similar. They just fought against the Erics, so but they also handled that way different with Ilwith. They introduced her a lot earlier, which was a great surprise. I love watching that. That was cool. So in this middle section, they need a key at first to get into the next level, and then once they clear that out, they need to get into the third and final level of the tomb, and then get the cup. And it's all about tracking, not recoveries, respites for the heroes. How many respites do they take before, for example, the goblins get to the tomb, before the Gilded Hand, the rival mercenary company? How do they get? How many respites before things progress? The clock is always ticking. That idea, and I feel like John, who played Ild, John Denor of Goblin Points, and Stahl. Check those 2 things out. The Goblin Points podcast. He said somewhere else, I forget where, or like during the adventure, I'm not sure, but he said that it was constantly on their minds, the players, that the clock was ticking. I didn't have to do much. All I had to introduce was that the goblins are out there and the Gilded Hand is out there, and then they thought of the rest of it. And I'm not even sure if I ran it 100% correctly, but the idea that the clock is always ticking, that was still going through their minds. I know that Robin, when they played Darzak, I know that was a big thing with taking respites. They didn't know, they didn't want too much time to pass, and it was to Darzak's detriment, certainly, a few times in the adventure. There were definitely some frontliners who were very popular with the monsters. So the middle section, again, the open, very sandbox adventure, and really cool. There's an Eric's nest, which was in the playthrough. The Forsaken Wraiths. I don't even know who these people are. A group of bandits. Yep. Yeah, and there are little prompts in town that you can learn this information from. And I wanted to strip it down. With events, there are a bunch of events that happen in town, but I was like, we need to just strip this down. We don't want to overcomplicate it for the number of weeks that I had. So I didn't even use the wraiths, but that's so cool. I'm going to use the wraiths next time. Let's go through events. Let's see here. Look at all these events. There are so many events right here. There's the Tavern Brawl. So many events that you can just plop into the adventure, and it runs very much like you have these different reasons of why would this happen? Why would this occur? What are the triggers for this? We have the Wraith Raid, whatever that is, full moon with a werewolf. And then, of course, obviously the Gilded Showdown, which I did use. But oh my God, just so much, so many different events, so many different things. The town of Broadhurst really felt, and I wish I could run it with a larger scope, but it feels so alive. There's so much going on in the town, not just directly tied to the Delian Tomb. That is so cool. The Mage's Tower, a cobbler who's worried about the shipment of leather that never arrived. Yeah, that is so cool. Dunquat, who was coming up in the MCDM playthrough. I think is a dwarf, right? Yeah, dwarf merchants. Oh God. Oh God. Where did I just go? I just jumped. It's hyperlinked so much in this in this adventure. So you can just jump from one section to the next, and it's awesome. All right, where is it? And then the Wolf's Den. Oh my God. You can talk to all the different people in the town, all these different folks that are in it. Whenever we played in the town square, those buildings belong to people, and they are, like legit places, and there are real characters, real NPCs in there. And obviously we didn't interact, we didn't use a lot of those in our playthrough, but they're there. You can certainly use those, and I think James said with all of it, if you 100% it, if that really has a meaning here in tabletop RPGs, I think you'd end up in fourth or third level, rather. Hello, happy time zone to you as well, John. Hello, I'm spilling all the secrets about our playthrough. John Denor, of course, of Ild fame, and Goblin Points, as I already mentioned in the stream. Yeah. You didn't use pre-gens, right? Any thoughts on when to use them? No, we used pre-gens. Yeah, we used the pre-gens. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Ild was the Polder Fire Elements list. I just made a list. I'm pretty sure I made a list in like our Discord chat, and everyone just could snag whichever ones they wanted. I like using pre-gens because, I don't know. It's easier to, from my perspective, it's easier to like see, okay, what am I working with here for characters? And it does give the players a few limitations with it. Yeah, you had to play a Polder. Yeah, it gives some limitations that I think are fun. Like you're given sort of a prompt, right? Like John was given, for example, the Polder Fire Elementalist, but then he totally made that character sheet his own and made Ild this psychopath, this the crazy little guy. So you still have a lot of freedom with it, which I liked. And there were 9 of them, right? 1 for each class. So yeah, you can do whatever you want. Can't remember. Did you do the limited powers thing at the beginning? No, I did not, because everyone knew how to play. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing another playthrough of the Delian Tomb where I teach people how to play, but I'm not sure what the point of that would be. I think there are other people doing great. Yeah. So you have some awesome players. Yeah, really awesome players. Oh my God, we're planning this one thing for this Friday and next Friday, a sort of 2-part thing that I'm really excited about because we got some great folks in there. And this Wednesday we have Dirty Rat Bastards coming back with some new folks in it that you will recognize from the Delian Tomb and from other amazing draw steel creations. We got some great folks in there. But what was I just saying? Oh, limited powers. Doing. I thought about doing like a session 1 of the Delian Tomb and layering all these abilities in. I'm not sure if you need to do that. I know the Dice Society has a great video about that, and how to sort of onboard people. So I don't know. I think he's probably got that covered. So probably wouldn't do that. And plus, I've already done this before. So I've already done the Delian Tomb before. So I'm less interested to do that. Yeah, so this is a description of Broadhurst. This is a map of Broadhurst and the area. Castle Andreas, which is the other place where you can have the final showdown with the the goblins, the jagged edges. And this is the tomb, Fort Forsaken, another place we didn't go to. There's the wolf den. Look, I mean, there's so many different things. Oh my god, the mage tower. Didn't even touch it because I was like, oh my god, I can't do all of this. Yep, the Featherbed Inn. We go there. Look at this. There's a chart for a bunch of different rumors that you could hear about. This is so much. There's so much. Oh my god. I mean, look at this. Out of the East Road the other day, I heard some clanging coming from the old wizard tower. I swear the mage's ghost is knocking about in there. What? The mage's ghost? Oh my god. It's craziness. And this is the Gilded Hand, the party that they encountered in the village. And this is Gwyleth, a very notable character from the adventure. The Gilded Hand. These are all the notes on the Gilded Hand, and a potential negotiation with one of the members. Going page by page. This is 70 pages of this stuff. It's just packed full of. They really wanted to like. Take the game out for a spin. I feel like, test out all the bells and whistles and everything, because there's so much in here. Oh my god. Yep, whole negotiation. There's more dwarf merchants. Never touched them in the adventure. More stuff. Oh my god. Another negotiation. This is the, obviously, what's his name? Abbot Lorik, a character from my playthrough, who was very helpful, gave them a lot of like books and things. Most of their research respite activities came from him. A lot of that stuff it didn't really help, as it turned out. Researching it, they were kind of always one step ahead. Researching, well, I guess they were in their research process, they were always one step behind of where they actually were. So I feel like I could have done that a little bit better. Just with, they were researching about how to get into the second level, and then they naturally found that out not through research. So maybe I would have changed that like next time I play this, or who is this? Who is this? The Reeve. Reeve Rosamond. Yeah, I guess that's her. That's cool. So many people, again, that when you read through this, I just took the direct path. Yeah, and this is all, I'm reading up a lot of this for the first time here. There's so much, and this is just one of the PDFs. This isn't even all of the encounters. These are all the encounters with all the stat blocks you're going to need, your starting positions, all of it. Amazing art of goblins and skitterlings. Oh my god. This is where you plop all the bad guys, where the heroes can start. There's so much. There's so much here. They really thought of everything. How is it going to be the easiest for people to run and play and learn the game. So amazing. So amazing. Stolen meat, montage test, a chase scene. That's amazing. This is the town. This is the this is that well. The very infamous well right here. My players dropped so many bad guys down that well. It is basically a grave at this point. Yeah, just going through all of the the charcoal burner, obviously. Orson, we interacted with him quite a bit. And this leads right to the Erics. And becoming a courser, they have rules for becoming a courser. If there was one character that was very interested in Orson and his profession. I don't want to spoil things, but the well is the real MVP. Yes, 100%, John, 100%. Craziness happened with that well. Yeah, becoming a courser. This is good to just steal this and put this in one of your games. Like, there are so many different things, so many different aspects of this that you can just say, oh no, I want that. I'm going to take this, and you can take it almost verbatim and put it into your game. It's just a gold mine, a treasure trove. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. There's a mason. You have so many different folks from the town that you can interact with, and they all have their own little side quests. It's so cool. It's so cool. Stealing a stone. What? Here's the inn. The inn map that I didn't realize I had until it was too late. So I used a different map, but it was I don't think we ever had a fight on this map, so I don't think it much mattered. Gilded Showdown. Obviously, this is where you have the rival fight. And then the second level of the tomb. Obviously, content warning for body horror, spiders, and starvation. They're really good about that at MCDM for putting that kind of stuff up there. And then we have all these other traps here. Traps. Here's the map. A beautiful map. Sarcophagus chamber. The the Wallmaster chamber. The Wallmaster. One of the best. I think, if I'm going with the encounters, I think probably my favorite encounter was the Wallmaster one, because there was just so many great jokes that the players had. I feel like we were all firing on all cylinders there for that encounter. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. And then the riddle. Oh my god! And then the other side, we had the riddle, and then the ghosts, and all of that. That was so much fun. And watching, I love a good riddle in a dungeon, and yet I am dreadful with coming up with riddles. And this one was there's a riddle in there. The Wallmaster, yes. There's a riddle in this chamber that I really liked, and it was a logic puzzle basically. And I literally, for like 20 minutes, I didn't have to say anything. I just putting up some walls. Yeah, I don't sing, but I can hear your voice, John, from here. Singing that. Yeah, but I could just sit back for 20 minutes. To me, editing that was the funniest thing, because I was just, I at one point got up, went and used the bathroom, came back, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll see what they said when I'm editing this. It was a really good riddle that actually stumped them, which I'm happy that they got stumped by it for, at least once. And they triggered the trap that was in there. I like that. And there was the discussion and everything. I kept a lot of that in, if not everything. Just cutting out, longer silences and that kind of stuff. But that was all as is. Most of the stuff is just, as is. in the final edit. Sometimes I cut out my own stupid jokes because, you know, why do I say the things that I do, that I say? The Hall of Triumph. Yeah, this is that riddle. It was so much to think about. I don't know how I'm not good with riddles. I'm not good with riddles. So embarrassing having that kept for posterity. Yes, of course. Yeah. But I think you all, like, you did really well with it. I think you just swapped two of the items. I think it was just two of the items that you accidentally did. You just swapped them. But otherwise, you did really, really well with it. A ghostly encounter. Yeah, that was when you kind of biffed that riddle the first time. The Hall of Regret. The Wall Master, which is the only bad thing about this, is that we don't have any art from the Wall Master. We don't have any. We need the Wall Master. Where is it? Where is it? D7. Is this it? Yeah, I can just look it up. D7. Yeah, wow, just a complete guess. We need art of the Wall Master. We don't have any art of the Wall Master, and we need it. We need it. But the Wall Master is awesome. The Wall Master is so awesome. Basically, as the name would suggest, just it can make walls, and it can trap heroes behind walls. We were so sure of ourselves. Yeah, that was the kiss of death, was when you're really sure of yourself. You're like, oh yeah, this is it. This is it. And then halfway through the battle, John, you're like, okay, I figured out how the riddle goes. It was amazing. Oh God. Yeah, so the Hall of Regret with the Wall Master and decrepit skeletons. The Obelisk Chamber. A tomb horror. I want art for the tomb horror. I think the only big not even negative, but the one critique that I would have of the adventure that I want more art of all these monsters. You name a thing the Wall Master, and you don't give it art. I mean, come on. We got to see what that thing looks like. We got to see what that thing looks like, because it's so cool. It sounds so cool. Yeah. So then they cleared out the second level, and that's when they need to go back to the inn, to the tavern, and they need to talk to someone. I don't want to spoil too much, but someone who they need to negotiate sort of the key, as it were, to the third level, and they need to take a respite. And respites mean a lot in this adventure. And then this is the third level. The third level, they just go through this whole bit. When I first saw the map, I was like, oh my God, this is so daunting. What is going on? But this is all a montage test. All D11 right here is just a montage test for how far they go throughout the like, it's a bunch of traps, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, a bunch of traps and that kind of stuff. And then this is the ooze level, D10 and D12. There's a bunch of oozes in here that are so cool. So cool. There's a big ball ooze that's in one of the thumbnails, because I was like, oh yeah, I got to use that. And then the final encounter of the Delian Tomb, the actual tomb, is Dame Cornelia, who is here with a bunch of undead, and they have the high ground, and they want to protect the Cup of Ilias, which is right here on this pedestal. And that's pretty much it. The gauntlet, that's what they call that. The gauntlet with a bunch of mechanical traps. And this is the cup. And then they go through a bunch of the other things, like the Eric's nest, that stuff. That's all here after the main bit of the tomb. Look at this thing. Look at this. Look at this handsome fella. Yeah, I did not have this map when I ran it, so I built it in the codex, and I thought I did an okay job. With all of the pits here. Oh my God. It was, I think it was tweaked after after the point that I ran it, because there were so many more pits in the fight that I when I ran it. It was I was trying to, and I kind of felt bad after the fact, but I was trying to like trap the players in these pits through their own doing, kind of, which was very fun. This is Fort Forsaken. Again, not a clue what this is. These are bandits, I'm pretty sure. Or yeah, bandit crew stealing food from Broadhurst. Yeah, another whole bandit crew. They got a walking eel. That is so cool. So cool. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. A floating little island place. Oh my god. So cool. So cool. Who was this? Who was this? Thurston's quarters inside the ruin. No, is this? Yeah, sounds like a real, like the end boss for this little thing. Oh my god, that's so cool. That's so cool. The Mage Tower. Again, I wish I could have run these for the group. And maybe we'll do little insert episodes. I don't know, like little mini ones. That could be cool. That could be cool. Of like, this happened in between these episodes or something like that. That could be cool. But again, scheduling everyone to come back and play that. It was already tough enough to keep everyone there for X number of episodes. So, but yeah, this is so cool. A mage's tower right in the middle of it. Look at this. What is that? A hole in the wall with what is this? Purple energy. Oh my god. And then the wolf den. The werewolves. So cool. And again, another a bunch of these, like I think what the Encounters book is going to look like is this adventure is kind of like a precursor for that, or Where Evil Lives. I ran through a bunch of those in 5e, and the maps look just like this, little mini dungeons, like 3-room dungeons or something like that, and a little side quest. That's so cool. And then finally, part 3, the Jagged Edge, and this is where they can either the heroes can either go to Castle Andreas when they have the Cup of Ilias and go on the offensive and attack their little fort, or they can, or the goblins can attack the city. And I kind of liked the attack on Broadhurst more, because for 2 reasons. I thought it was sort of putting the heroes on the back foot a little bit, and I liked that. I did not foresee the well coming into play so often, which is my fault. I should have seen it coming. But yeah, I liked it for that reason, and then I also liked it because it was not going to take as long. I feel like if they get to the castle, they're going to be strategizing a lot, and that means they're going to be talking about tactics and all that kind of stuff, which is great, and I would love to see it. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it would, like, we only had so many weeks, so it was we had to also keep that in mind. So yeah, it was this map, that well again. Alternatively, this was Castle Andreas. And they could have, if they had the cup, they would have special goblins for it. And I guess this is the castle right here. And I also I think Matt Colville said it on stream at some point that they fought here in the castle, and so I did want to kind of make it a little bit different from what I thought the MCDM game was going to be. I'm not sure if it does end there, but I think it does, from what I've gathered from streams and whatnot. Here's the rest of the castle, the interior of the castle. Obviously, this is where some spiders live, I'm guessing. Some traps. Wonderful. Wonderful. And spider nests. Conclusions here. Hey. Vorn the Broken has shown up. There's Matt, anonym of Triglav Games. So great you could join us. So great. Yeah. But I mean that's it for the adventure. Let's go through the encounters book, I guess. Look at all these beautiful stat blocks, the malice features, the minions, everything. I mean, look at this. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All the maps, the art. And this is all you need to run. This is they give you everything you need to run this adventure right in a file. Boom, you have everything that you need. It is so cool, and all the different groups and everything for the bad guys. Oh, just finished a Triglav meeting. Nice, nice. The frogs are coming. Oh no, oh no. Get ready for those frogs. I can't wait for frogs. I love frogs. I love frogs notionally. I don't like animals, if I have to be near them, obviously. But, frogs notionally and playing a frog, I love. But yeah, I mean, all these encounters, this is literally, okay, come on. Gummy ball, that's so cool. That's so cool. They have so many really cool oozes. It's just so dope. Oh my god. And then this final fight, holding the line. The enemies are holding the line so that they don't get to the cup just beyond it. Dame Cornelia. Didn't have any art for Dame Cornelia, but I found a really cool piece on the online. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is an alternate fight here in instead of fighting the Gilded Hand in the town, they could have fought the Gilded Hand here in the tomb, and they have the cup. But I thought, why? I like Dame Cornelia, and I really like that encounter. And why not just have both? Why not both? Right? Obviously, the Eric's nest. Taking a swim. I'm guessing this is from a different the fort. I'm pretty sure, but all the art, like literally everything you need to run, is right here in these books, in these PDFs rather. Look at, oh my god, look at all these. Jesus Christ, this would have been fun. Trick shots, all these, a human fort. There's so much that if you've watched our playthrough on the channel, this really only scratches the surface. There are so many more little side quests and everything in the book, in the adventure and they're all so cool. I mean, this is just me now scrolling through it and just looking at all the what are these? Oh my god, glass spiders. That is so cool. That is so cool. Oh, I can hear them. Can't you hear glass spiders, with their little spindly legs? Oh my god. Yeah, this would have been cool. This would have been cool. Again, you could run this another 3 or 4 times and it would be totally different. You could run different paths. Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, Sean, you could run the adventure again with mostly new content. Yes. 100%. It is so reusable. It's so great. It's so great. Look at this guy, an ogre juggernaut. Look at this guy. Oh my god. It's so dope. Flower of the river. A water wolf. What the hell is a water wolf? Jesus. Yeah, some elementals. This is just so cool. There's so much of the adventure. The werewolf. Wow. The werewolf. I forgot how massive the stat block for the werewolf is. Yeah. Werewolves are no joke. They are very, very powerful. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. And then the Burning Square. This is what you saw in the final episode of our playthrough. All of this stuff, the little stinker here, or curse spitter, I suppose. Yeah. The cavalry. They send in the wargs, and then hail to the queen, baby. Yeah, I mean the adventure is so much fun, and it's so you could swap out the mage tower for the Erics, and you could swap out all these different other. There are so many like little knobs and dials that you can sort of tweak and get a totally different adventure, and that I love this this adventure for it. So much. Okay, this is Castle Andreas, I'm guessing. Snipers and all this. It's so cool. Look at this guy. Poor guy. He's having a day. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different goblins on him. Craziness. Yeah. But I mean, then this is the adventure, everyone. This is go get it. You can play it multiple times for multiple tables and never run out of stuff, never run out of content. I guess channel update for this week. Oh God, what do we have? We have Dirty Rat Bastards, which will start on Wednesday. It starts Wednesday, and it'll be 3 episodes. I'm pretty sure I have the first episode done and uploaded, and I think whenever I'm done with the stream, I will make it available for members, so you can watch it tonight if you so choose. And then that'll go on for another 2 weeks, and then I'm not sure what's going to be next because we're shifting. I'm still working on the schedule, but September's going to be really busy because we already recorded one thing that is incredibly silly that will be out. I think probably in September, whenever the books ship. I think that's when we're going to come out with that. And then another adventure, and then another really long adventure that we've been recording since like January of this year. That is that I am a player in. I'm not the director, and that has been really, really fun to play a character over a very long period of time. That's been really fun to do, and that might come out in the late this month. I'm not sure. I don't know. Don't hold me to it, but it's coming soon. We just need to figure out when specifically, and then after Dirty Rat Bastards, something. And then another something, and then John knows all about this one, but Toads will be releasing, which is the sequel to the Cave of High Weirdness, which was one of my favorite adventures to run. So much fun. That adventure is really, really fun, and it went in a totally different direction than I thought it was going to when I was first prepping it. So that one's really fun as well. That'll be sometime after this next adventure. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. This week I'm starting another adventure on Fridays, running it and recording it, and then after that, maybe another adventure, maybe another official adventure, maybe that in the Fall of Black Bottom, maybe that. Maybe it might be that. Who knows? I mean, obviously I do, but that is what's up for the channel coming up soon. I think I want to do another stream this week and catch you all up with what I've been doing with the War Dog adventure. I've written a little bit more of it, and I have the trajectory of where it's going mapped out. But I might not do that. I don't know. Who knows? I'm also going to run that one as well for the channel. So I don't know when that will happen, though. But yeah, I'm going to sign off here. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It was kind of a short one, but we, covered the Delian Tomb. If this adventure looks cool, and I hope it does, I hope I did a good job. then go follow the link in the description and get this adventure. It is so much fun to run, and it will, if you've never played Draw Steel before, it will teach you how to play the game. I'm pretty sure it teaches you how to play a tabletop RPG anyway. So if by some miracle you have landed on this channel and are watching this stream and you've never played a tabletop RPG, first of all, how? But you can easily learn how to play just by running this adventure. It is again so much fun, very versatile, very very versatile, and yeah, just so much fun, and learn how to play this awesome game. It's better than the starter adventure that might have introduced you to tabletop RPGs. But yeah, yeah, I guess I'll sign off. You all have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever time it is there, wherever you are. And I'll catch you in the next one.